Sty Nation, this is Alex talking to you. We've got a little treat for you this weekend. One of our columnists, you may know him as known from Tampa, but I know him as Clint. He has had a great chance this weekend. He got to go to the East-West Shrine game for Media Day today. He's going to go and watch the actual game tomorrow from the press box. But today, he was able to get some interviews with some NFL prospects for you guys. So we have 4 one-on-one interviews, a couple minutes long each. Wanted to share them with you guys because they're really great, and these are some prospects who the Redskins have been looking at. First, we have TAVIAN Feaster, who played at both Clemson and South Carolina in his college career. And he's going to talk a little bit about the differences between these NFL coaches and what he experienced in college.
So you're kind of one of the new breed of college football players. Complete your career one place, move to another place, get another opportunity. How do you think that enhances your ability for, to get drafted and all?
I think it speaks to the work of the college athlete, a guy like me that's going to graduate from one university and get an opportunity to play at another. And that's just another reward. Things might not have worked out at the other place, but, I got another opportunity. Then just getting drafted from a draft standpoint, it definitely helps you go and play in multiple systems.
Okay. So a lot of running backs now in the pros, it's pass catching's a huge part of the game. First down, rub routes, swing routes out of the backfield. What do you think your strengths and weaknesses are in those areas?
Oh, I'm the guy. I'm the guy you want on the field to go catch the ball. I believe so. Definitely, I think I can contribute on that part. Have a
when you one-on-one matchup with a linebacker or safety?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay. Personal question. So in college, you've been to 2 different colleges now.
Right.
What was your favorite class and why?
My favorite class definitely had to be my 400-hour internship that I took. It definitely just was a great experience, and the things I got to experience, working every day, actually getting in the work field and, being hands-on with kids. So it was great.
Okay. And this week you've kind of been able to work with pro-level coaches. How does that differ from your collegiate practices?
Collegiate practice, I believe, they're going to be a little bit more patient with you, keep going over and over things. With these pro coaches, they really just hit it one time and expect you to, either make the adjustment or, they're going to get on you. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
You.
And we look forward to seeing you, on the combine and draft day, things like that.
Appreciate it.
Sorry if the background music is a little loud, folks. They are indoors at the time that they're recording these. I believe they're at the Tampa Bay Rays Stadium in the Dome. So, playing Freddie Mercury is going to get pretty loud there. And also, I just don't like to cut Freddie Mercury down. Most of you guys know that about me. But enough about that. Let's move on to our next prospect. And that is one I'm excited about. Tight end Mitchell Wilcox. He played out of South Florida. Versatile tight end. He had 350 yards, 28 catches. Really could be a good option to replace Jordan Reed or Vernon Davis. Let's hear what he has to say.
On a bank of lights so high. How about right here? Thank you. You mean switch sides? Yeah, you're good. Okay.
Big weekend here in Tampa Bay. We got a lot of athletes from all over the country.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about being a student athlete, the excitement of seeing some of your competitors, some of rivals, people you maybe watched their career, and now they're here. You guys are all in the same field.
Yeah, it's amazing to kind of create a super team just of guys all around the country. And it's been quite the experience of just learning more about each individual program, just from the testimonies of different guys and just how things went for them and their battles that they went through and the good times. So and just kind of comparing that with each other. So, but it's been a great experience competing with these guys.
Let's talk about today. You got the kids out here, some of them going through life with some tough disabilities. What's it been like for you? What lesson have you learned, or I guess what moment have you had today that's where you learned something from these kids?
Yeah, just kind of been able to meet some of the patients and just hear their story and how they persevered through some tough times and how big effect the Shriners Hospital has played in their life, and it's just unbelievable stories, and I'm just happy I got a chance to meet them.
What are some traits that they exhibit that, high-level football players could learn from?
I mean, you got to have heart. You got to have a lot of heart, and all these kids and all these patients have a lot of heart, and that shows instantly as soon as you meet them.
Right. Anything?
I asked another question, another guy, about, is this game more about, I know it's important for you football-wise, but a lot of times you go to a bowl game and, you may get a visit in the city, you may get to experience things that are geographically based that you've never done before.
Definitely.
But this is a little bit deeper about life. So is this game more about football, or is it more about life?
I think it's a little bit of both. Definitely, it's a learning experience at the end of the day for the players, as well as just learning about life, like you talked about, about just persevering for some of these kids and the good that you can do with your platform. So I think that's the biggest takeaway that I've had.
Mitchell, did you do any of the stations? And if you did, what'd you do and how'd you fare?
The stations.
Yeah, any of these yet?
Yeah, just was meeting some of the patients and stuff like that. Threw the ball with a few kids. So it's been a great day.
Very cool. Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you. Shout out just before you head into the next interview. You're playing for the East.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Hi, Clint Wood. I'm with Hog Sty Media.
Okay.
We focus on the Redskins, and the Redskins are obviously in need of tight end help.
Yes, sir.
Your name, Harrison Bryant, are some of the names that come up that slot where the Redskins have picks available. In the past, you've kind of been viewed as like the pass-catching tight end, but this season, you kind of played a little bit more in line. You had red zone scores.
Yes, sir.
How has your game changed over the last couple of years?
I think my game has kind of gone in waves, just really trying to adapt to the group of guys that we have each year, just playing to the strengths of our personnel. Obviously, we had some injuries this year that kind of played into how the play calls came in and the dynamic of our play calls, but I'm always willing and able to do whatever the team needs me to do, and I feel like I've been trying to continue to be well-rounded, both as a blocker and as a pass catcher. But I love getting the ball in my hands, and I love making plays downfield for sure.
Okay. Have you been invited to the Combine yet?
I have. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can look forward to seeing you on TV in March or
Absolutely.
February.
Yes.
I think late February. What are you going to do in the time between now and the Combine to further your skill set, so to speak?
Yeah, I've actually already started the training process. I'm training at a facility in California and San Diego. I've gotten some training sessions in already, and then I flew back this week for the game and the practices, and then I'll be flying back Sunday back to work, just kind of really getting in tune with what I need to do as far as preparing for the tests that I'll be doing at the Combine, and just from a nutrition standpoint, just fueling my body the best I can.
Okay. So when you sit down for your Combine interview, how do you expect to sell yourself to a team? What do you think your strengths and weaknesses that you point out?
Absolutely. I mean, I think someone of equal ability and talent. I think my character kind of sets myself apart, as well as the on the field qualities. I think I'm a fluid route runner. I think I'm an instinctual player, and I know how to create separation for myself. And I think I like to get a little nasty in the run game. So there's some things in the run game I still need to hone in on and continue to get better at. But I'm working at it for sure.
Okay. And lastly, who's your favorite NFL tight end? You only get to pick one now. I know you've got several.
Yeah.
But who would you say is your favorite, and who you want to model your game after?
It's tough because I like a bunch of tight ends in the league, but I think as of right now, George Kittle. I just think I love the way he runs routes. He had a couple weeks back, he had a slant and the guy was inside leverage, and he went in, back out, and then came back in.
Great move. Yeah.
Great move. Took the slant all the way to the house and just refused to get tackled. And then I love that mentality, just tight end mentality for sure. Just refusing to go down, and he did that against the Saints again a couple weeks later. So I love his mentality. I love his passion that he has, and I kind of want to emulate that in my game.
Okay, I appreciate you taking time to talk with us.
Thank you
so much.
Yes, sir.
Number 3 we have on the list is a local prospect with a local name. Keith Washington, cornerback for West Virginia. He had 3 interceptions last year. He's a day 3 kind of pick. 6'1", big corner, good cover corner for what I've read online. Let's hear from him next.
Hi, I'm with Keith Washington, who's a defensive back for West Virginia, who's interviewed with the Redskins this week. What is the biggest thing you've taken away from the practices this week working with professional coaches?
It's just a lot of technique, learning different schemes and stuff, and mainly just, learning how to practice and, play like a pro.
Okay. What was your favorite class in college and why?
Oh, man, I got to say Comm. Comm was my favorite class just because, I want to be a sports broadcaster one day, and, I feel like that was the best class that helped me get prepared for that.
So far in your career, what coach or which coach has had the most impact on your playing?
Oh, man, I've had a bunch of great coaches throughout my career, but, I got to say Coach Adai, my position coach this past year, he really helped me learn how to practice and develop better habits and stuff.
Okay, so you're in an interview with the Redskins. How do you sell yourself that they should be drafting you?
Keith Washington, a guy that's going to come out, do whatever the team needs me to do. Smart player, play hard, make tough plays, and a great person on and off the field.
Thank you very much for talking with us.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
All right, last but not least, we have a prospect that one of our many offensive line friends kind of turned us on to, and that is Cameron Clark out of Charlotte. He's a versatile O-lineman, kind of a run mauler type, plays all the positions, could be a good depth signing for the Redskins maybe. Let's find out.
So I'm with Cameron Clark, who went to UNC Charlotte, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what did you primarily play in college?
I play left tackle.
Left tackle?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think people are kind of projecting you as a guard at the next level?
Yes, sir. Some guard, some tackle.
What positions did you play this week in practices?
I just played left tackle at practice. They had me listed as an offensive guard. My coach gave me the opportunity to come out and show that I could play tackle, and I feel like I took advantage of that.
So you feel even at the next level you could stay at the left tackle position?
Yes, sir, I do. I feel like I can play all 5 positions. I played some guard since I've been in college, and I played center in high school, so I believe I can play all 5 positions. But the left tackle is definitely, I feel like I can stay at tackle. And
you really have no preference to left or right side? You feel you could equally work as well on your side?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you take away from this week? What was your biggest takeaway working with the professional coaches and all?
Well, the main thing I wanted to do was come out and show that I can compete with some of the best players in the nation, and I definitely think I showed that. I had great coaches. Coach Roster from the Redskins, well, he was actually with the Redskins last year, assistant offensive line coach. He's one hell of a coach, and he taught us, he was a great coach. He's one of the best coaches I've been around. He taught us, all 12 of us, a lot in a short amount of time, and he didn't leave any stone unturned. So,
yeah, I don't know how much you follow the pro game, but the Redskins this past season had signed Flowers, who was kind of a failed or bust as a round one.
He came in and moved him to guard, and yes, sir. Actually, I've actually followed him since he was at Miami. I know he struggled at tackle in New York, and now he's came to the Redskins, and he's had a great year. So I said I was surprised to see that, and I was also happy to see it. You always like to see someone turn around like that, and it was probably due to some of the great coaching that Coach Roster and the other offensive line coach did.
When is your guys? Do you guys are having a pro day at NC Charlotte?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be attending the combine, and then I'll
be attending the combine.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
And then our pro day will be March 20th.
Okay.
Like I said, I feel like I'll be a great addition to any locker room, especially with my leadership skills and just the way I play the game.
Okay. Do you have a preference on blocking schemes?
No, sir, not at all. I've had 6 different offensive line coaches and 3 offensive coordinators in college, so I really never was able to really stick with just one. I've done all of them. I've had pro style, RPO,
zone blocking,
spread, zone, power. I've done all of it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you taking time to talk.
Thank you, most definitely.
So there you guys have it. That is the 4 interviews that we were able to get today, which was awesome. I did have to cut one little part out of that last interview, just so you know, because somebody's phone went off and played their ringtone, which was the Rockford Files theme song. Awesome, by the way. But we had to cut that out because it kind of overwhelmed everything. Sorry about that to all our listeners out there. But I hope you enjoyed those interviews, and I hope you found them informative. And I want to thank our intrepid reporter, Clint, for getting out there to get those. It's really cool. Thanks. Hope you all have a good weekend. Bye.